hey. Hello? Hi.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
Um, I'm sorry. I just woke up. Um,
You're all good.
what's his condition?
He is mostly stable. He isn't breathing for himself at this time. He is fully intubated. We're just going to be playing the waiting game to see how he is when he wakes up, because he was very much in the window for severe hypoxia.
Okay. Um, was was there a toxicology report or anything?
Yes, just alcohol was present in his system.
Was it a lot?
It wasn't a ridiculous amount, but it was enough that it was prevalent on the test.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna come down and visit him, I think. I'll uh
Okay,
I'll be coming from Polito, so I'll be a few minutes.
all good.
Thank you as always. I'm sorry that we have to keep meeting like this, but thank you.
I'll see you soon, hey?
Thank you, Doc. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How you doing?
I wish I could say better.
Is everything okay?
Do you know about Richard?
Was upset last. I remember. I know that.
Oh boy. Um, I just got off the phone with Dr. Kizu. He is currently in the hospital, intubated. He cannot breathe on his own, and he is currently in the ICU.
What happened?
Uh, According to Ziggy's texts, there was a family meet of some sort that didn't go very good. I don't even care about that right now. Um, Apparently, somebody in the club said he was not himself, and they saw him at the PD.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggy had asked for members of the club to go look, see if they could find him, and his car was found underwater next to the casino. Um, they rushed to the hospital to see if they had an update, and um, they found Richard. And apparently, both his lungs were punctured and full of water. And um, apparently, there was also a bleed that entered his lungs. And um, yeah, yeah. He's currently sleeping at the hospital. So I'm probably going to go visit.
Mm-hmm. I should probably come.
It's up to you. I'm not going to force you. You just wake up.
Yeah, I did.
I'm sorry to dump this on you. I didn't want your day to start like this, but um, I need to go to the hospital. So,
I'll come. I'll get changed.
all right. You want to grab your own car? I don't know if you have other plans, but I can meet you there if you want. It's up to you.
I'll tag along in your car.
Okay. Morning, chat. So glad for you to join us today. I'm gonna need a fucking snorkel to come up for air. Thank you, Jenny, for the 23 months, and thank you, Peanut, by the way, for the 1 year. I did not miss that, but thank you. I don't mean to dump anything on you to start your day. I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for. You didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what led him here. This doesn't sound... I don't know.
I think I probably caused it. Not caused it, but let him to fuck me off on his own.
Why would you say that? I don't want you to feel that way.
Do you know what the argument was about?
No.
He was upset. So I tried to murder someone. It's an argument. He stormed off. I tried to get a hold of him.
This was the family talk?
Yeah. On the phone call to him, he felt like he was the problem, and
He said he feels like the problem?
Yeah, he felt like the outlier in the conversation. Like, you know, he should be the one to go.
What do you mean to go?
I don't know. I didn't specify. I just tried to get him to come back.
Nobody is the problem in this family. Not a single person. Because at the end of the day, none of it fucking matters. None of it matters.
I tried telling him there's nothing wrong with having a different opinion, but he just was adamant that he didn't want to come back.
Yeah. I haven't called anybody. I don't know if anyone's around.
I saw Ziggy's text, so I tried calling him, but.
Did he text you too?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was your car doing there then?
I don't know. Last I saw it was in the ocean.
I don't think that you would keep secrets from me, right?
Hey, Dr. Kizu.
Okay.
Dr. Kizu, am I okay to enter?
if you guys want any more details from the medical side of stuff, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you in a second. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
I just need a second.
You're okay.
We're gonna be playing it bit by bit, see how his mum goes, like left mum at the sound check, and we are gonna have to see how he is when he wakes up, because he was very well looking in the window for this time. And we're
Um,
talking maybe
I
9 to 10 minutes.
I can't keep doing this.
It was at the top end of the fresh, like the top end of it where you usually see death, to my knowledge, from what the officers say. So even to have him in this condition is probably normal, even though it is scary. And I know you will be.
I cannot keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. I don't know what it's gonna take for this family to come together. But I really hope you know that your opinion matters and is probably valued more than anyone's in the family. I really need you to pull through so we can work this out. You are the foundation of this family. And without you, it falls. Um, I'm sorry. if this is my fault. And all I ask is that you make a recovery. And start from scratch. I'm sorry. And I love you. Sorry. Hey,
You're all good. Rue stepped out for some air.
what's that? I'm sorry.
Rue stepped out for some air, I believe.
Okay. Um, what's the full info, I guess, for what's going on with him?
Alright. So he was brought in to me over in the ER. He was unconscious and not breathing. His airways were full of water. I was able to get the water out after a couple attempts. Two attempts. He then began to managing to get some air in on his own, but not a lot. I then took him for a set of scans. It showed a rib on his left side had punctured his left lung, and the lung had fully collapsed. He was moved to surgery where I was able to stitch the lung back together. The rib was we tried to reattach the rib and get it settled, but due to the damage, the only option ended up being removal. And during the removal attempt of the rib, it snagged and caused a bleed, caused Richard to crash. CPR was started. The bleed was then found and cauterized. He was given a rapid blood transfusion, and his vitals then began stabilizing up, and the rib was removed. Then once we had that all repaired, I checked his breathing once again. He was still struggling on his own, so that's when the call was made to secure an airways to make sure he could get enough oxygen in. I have no clue for how long he was without oxygen, but with myself alone, it was nearly 5 minutes, which the window for hypoxia is 5 to 10, and I have no clue how long he was underwater or how long it took PD to bring him here. So we could possibly be looking at brain damage when he wakes up.
Oh, Jesus.
And also, there was people that were trying to gain access into the ICU to come into him last night. And
You
PD
know,
believes it was the people that did it.
you know who it was.
They said Eugene and McGregor. They were the ones they heard outside. I could hear them yelling, but I don't know them well enough to know the voices. And I'll tell you this, McGregor did twat out as well. I don't have a photo of it. I hope someone else grabbed it. He twatted out Richard Dark, more like Richard Dead. So I'm pretty sure he's involved. I just knew that would be something you'd probably want to know.
You said Eugene and McGregor.
They were the ones that were at the door yelling, trying to gain access into the ICU to come in the dark.
Do you know how long they were here before dark came in?
He was already fully admitted to the ICU, and Ziggy was already here when they tried to gain access. It was made very clear to them that they weren't to enter, and PD was also called, and they cleared the building and they left.
Is there anything that I can bring Richard that he could use right now?
I'm unsure if you want to bring something down that's sentimental and just put it in the room. That way, if he does come round, he can see all the different bits and pieces from everyone.
I can do that. That's fine. That I can do.
But yeah, we're gonna be just it's gonna be playing it how he is when he comes around, and we'll probably need to do another set of scans to make sure his lungs holding, because it was sutured up and patched, but due to the trauma, I'm not sure how well it was gonna hold long term, because it was quite it wasn't like a massive hole, but it also wasn't small. It was pretty middle ground.
I don't know how often doctors hear this, but for how much you've done for myself and my family, um, thank you for continuing to essentially be a rock in a very hard time.
I can see that you guys have gone through a lot, and it's gonna be hard on everyone seeing Richard intubated for the fact you've just come off intubation yourself. If anyone needs anything, please just reach out. I'm more than happy to try and help.
Always, if you ever need anything, please let me know.
Alright.
I might be back down soon with something, but I want to talk to Rue, make sure she's okay.
Okay. And his other emergency contacts were notified. Ziggy was the only one around at the time that he was brought in.
Do you remember how many officers were here?
The only one officer brought him in and stayed with him for pretty much the entire process, and that was King. The other officers only came down because there was an officer in with someone that had been badly injured from an attack, and she was the one that called, and everyone else came down, and a couple of them were being a bit silly around his room and were being stupid. I know Forte stopped and talked with Ziggy and that as well when he came down at a later point, but the only people I really noticed that seemed to care were Albert and Forte.
I appreciate it.
All good.
Um, let me go find Rue, and I will give you a call soon when I want to come back down. I might bring some blankets and stuff. So,
Okay.
all right. I'll be back soon. Thank you, Dr. Kizu.
Alright. Be safe.
Hey,
Hey, whereabouts did you go?
I am just walking along the highway at the moment.
How come?
I beat up every car on my way here. Just getting my anger out, that's all.
Let me come pick you up, because I have an area of frustration. I'm sure people could focus if they'd like. Dr. Kizu just told me something that I would probably rather have not heard. So,
Okay, I'm on lower level at the moment.
you mind pinging me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Gonna be 1071.
You go.
I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye. Oof. Oof. What's up, Chandler? Coming right off of the conversation with Sean. Did she kick our car? Bro, if my car doesn't turn on, I'm gonna run you over. Why is there blood on my car? What's going on?
I'm just frustrated.
About what? What's going on?
Like, there's more I could have done. I should have pressed more. I should have pried more. I should have.
Let me explain something to you, okay? You live a very different life than Richard does. And somewhere in the middle of your life and his life, there is an agreement. And the fact that you couldn't find middle ground the first time does not mean that there will never be a middle ground. easy to say after the fact that you feel like you could have done more. And I'm sure that's a given. There's a lot of things after the fact that I wish I could have gone back and done better. But it's how we learn. And it's how we learn about each other. And after the conversation I just had with Dr. Kizu, this was not your fault. I just found out that there are people who came to the ICU and tried to break into the ICU. And those people apparently were tweeting out things like Richard Dark, more like Richard Dead.
Who?
That is the same question I asked. And Dr. Kizu said the only two people she could hear, not see but hear, was Eugene and McGregor. In Ziggy's text, he stated that he was robbed. If he was robbed and they don't know who robbed him, I beg the fucking question. How those two fucking... I don't even have words. I don't even have words, Rue. Those two rat fucks would have known to come to the ICU to try breaking in. And the worst part about it was that there were only 2 officers who showed up and were respectful. According to what I was told, there were only 2 that came to show
2 officers.
any respect. There were more. But according to the doctor, I didn't even ask for names because I know who I'm going to talk to about it. Other officers showed up and apparently were rude and joked about it. I'm going to have to take this call.
You're good.
Give me just a second. Hey.
Hey, how are you doing? Are you okay?
No.
What's up?
My father is in the ICU. with a double puncture with an internal bleed. And I was given names of people who possibly did it.
My God, very sorry to hear that.
I had full plans on coming back to work today. And that put a huge damper in my plans.
Who was her father, or who's her father?
Richard Dark.
Like, is he stable?
As stable as he probably could be. He was found at the bottom of a lake with his car crashed, with alcohol in his blood. And according to the doctor, they don't know how long he was out with oxygen. But the doctors suspect that he may have permanent brain damage.
Bob, I am so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't think me coming back to work right now is a good idea. I
That's
think
not
that
what I asked.
I'm sorry.
No, you're completely fine. Like, do you want me to get you a cup of tea? Like, would that help cheer you up a little bit?
Maybe in a little bit. Maybe when I figure out how to feel about everything. I'm a little confused right now.
Well, I'll admit, as much as I would love to stay awake and be there for you, I do need to go to sleep very soon. The fact that your shift 3 really sucks with this, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, there is something I do want to tell you at some point, but I don't know if over the phone is the right time. I will say this, though. Regardless of who sees it or not, you will always be a leader in that PD. And there's not many people who I look up to in our chain of command. But I know that you were the perfect pick for this shift. And probably the only pick.
Appreciate that coming from you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But please, I can't even begin to imagine what you're going through right now. So I'm not even gonna bother with all of that. I know how you must feel or anything like that. Because I don't. To find out about that, I'm very sorry for what you must be going through.
I appreciate it. I'm not looking for anything right now, but was there a particular reason you were calling that I could help you with? Because I have no problem talking if you needed.
Oh, it's been a while since I've talked with you, so I just wanted to call and see how you were doing.
No, I appreciate that. I was in the ICU. I was kidnapped by Hydra. And I'd like to think that I talked myself out of a bullet, but they fed me to a mountain lion. And I'm lucky to be alive. But I've been scared to go back to work. I'm afraid to do my job. And I don't think I could, in good faith, do my job right now. After the experience I went through with Hydra.
No, I will admit I read the report a couple days ago. I I don't know how Shift 3 handles stuff like that, but I feel like that should have definitely been a warrant.
It's a little sad that you say that, because I've been told now by 2 people that should have been a warrant. So I don't know if there's an actual delay, but I wish I could have a say in it.
Did you know who wrote the report up? I guess I don't remember that part.
I believe it was Crystal who wrote the report, but I don't know who was leading it. I think it was probably Maple. Maple's the one that took my statement. I'll talk to him.
Well, hey, you got bigger stuff on your plate right now. Let me try to sort that. With your father, take the time you need. Like, if you catch any help from it, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at this point. I think you and I are both aware. I'm not afraid to speak my mind at this point.
I know.
And the fact that they might pressure you over this, no, I won't stand for that. It might be a different shift, but we still wear the same uniform.
That we do. I appreciate that, and I will keep that in mind. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Right? It's very unfortunate that I can't necessarily be in your shift, but at least I have support from a shift 2 sergeant.
Thank you. Just know that if you need anything or you want to talk at some point in the coming days, you let me know.
Same thing right back to you. If you need somebody to talk to, do not hesitate to reach out.
I won't. And you have my word on that.
I will let you go. If you need anything tomorrow, I should be around quite a bit.
I should be around. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay. Take care. Rest easy.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You as well. Bye bye.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's gonna pause twice.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. You okay?
Pardon?
I said, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
I'm sorry. That was probably one of the few actual good officers who I am proud to stand next to.
Who was it?
Callista Bell. She just told me pretty much if anyone gives me flack for not being at work, she has no problem going to whoever in command and bitching them out for treating me poorly, which, to be honest with you, at this point in my life, I just don't care if they did.
Well, I care.
I know you do. So what was your reason for walking away and being frustrated? Because I don't want you to feel like you're feeling right now for anything.
Yeah. I wouldn't take back anything I said. It was the truth. Why would I lie?
Mhm.
But I feel like I could have pried more, pressed more, just try to get, you know, his location or something like that. At the very least.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I'm Go ahead. I'm sorry.
On top of that, reading Ziggy's message. There was a bit where he said Richard was likely drunk and driving to get away from whoever was following him.
I'm just gonna repair real quick. Unless you want to stay here, I have no problem staying here.
Yeah, I'm happy hanging out.
The doctors did tell me that in his toxicology report, they did find alcohol.
Mm.
I don't know.